Thursday afternoon. Hey, life, love, and the absolute pursuit of happiness should be our daily goals. And when you look at the essence and the beauty of life, why not chase it like this young man that we're about to bring on? He absolutely lives life vibrantly, and his academic life and his athletic life. He's out here every single day giving his very best effort to be the best young man that he can be. Prep News family, please help me welcome KAYDEN KT TUREAUD. What's up, young fella? What you
Like
say there? What's
nothing
going on?
much,
That's
nothing
what's up.
much.
That's what's up. Hey man, welcome to Prep News.
Yes,
First
sir.
time.
Thank you for having me. Yes, sir.
Oh no, man! It's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. I love to see when guys do what you've done, and that's do things the right way, and haven't made any splashes to cause any confusion. So you're doing things the right way. At the end of the day, college coaches look for guys who they don't have to worry about if they're going to go to class, if they're going to do their schoolwork, if they're going to not be the young men that they're giving tens of thousands of dollars to, that they, it's just a certain, what y'all call that, stilo, swag,
Yeah, yes, sir.
all them adjectives that describes beauty. And man, you've done the right thing, man. You've just done the right thing,
Yes, sir.
So hey, can we get started?
Yes, sir.
uh you go by KT, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna call you by, KT. Again, it's great to have you on this evening. And so let's start
Yes, sir.
here. Let's start here. You're a football player attending Parkview
Yes, sir.
Baptist in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been playing football?
I've been playing football since I was about 5. I fell in love with it around age of 7. I fell in love with it. That's when I knew I really wanted to play.
I gotta ask you this one right here, man, because I know when I fell in love with basketball, uh, and so we all have our own personal moments with that. What happened in a game that led you to say, "Man, I love this. I want to do this thing every day now."
Well, really, it was really two moments. It was practice and a game. One day at practice, I was going against this kid. His name was Memphis Palele. I was going against him one-on-one drill, and he hit me. So like that was the first time me being hit. So I was like, I like the contact. Like, yeah, I like the contact of it. It's nowhere else you can get that contact and just like do it for free. Like you don't even get in trouble for it. So he had hit
Right.
me, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that. Got up, I started smiling. So then 7, that's when I got invited to go play in the bowl game in Orlando, Florida. And
Okay.
I like showed up, won a lot of awards down there, and that's when I knew it was like made for me.
Right. So Memphis put that pop on you, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He made me fall in love with
Hey,
it.
it's a long list of Paleles that were
Oh
that
yeah,
that are pretty good on that football field, man.
oh yeah,
And
oh
you
yeah.
know, they migrated from Louisiana and went to Tennessee, but now they're in
Yeah,
Arizona and still
Zona.
putting
Yep.
in work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so so at 7, you go to a bowl game, all-star game in Florida. What do you remember
Yes,
about
sir.
that moment that really touched your heart?
I just remember like having that atmosphere. It was in the Citrus Bowl, so it was like a big atmosphere. It was really like I like the feeling that when I walked into the stadium, I loved it. Like that's when I knew I wanted to play college football in a stadium just like that one day. And really just when I went down there, how I showed out, I seen how like just everybody like cheering me on and stuff as I'm running. That's when I knew like it was made.
You participate in the bowl game. Couple of years later, you're in middle school. What was your progression of growth? Meaning, how much better did you get from that bowl game to the time your middle school football life started? Could you see any real growth as a player? How
Yes, sir.
was it?
I started going into middle school. I started to play both sides. When I was younger, I really didn't play both sides. All I did was running back. So going into middle school, central middle school, I started playing both sides, and it as a defense point of view and offense point of view. So I mean, it helped me grow as a player to not just focus on one thing, but be an athlete, not just a running back. So I grew a lot. Like it helped me.
What was it? And only if you remember. And we're not gonna ask you to get a haircut if you can't remember. But what was your fondest moment in middle school football?
Um, Funnest moment was me playing against GMS. I wasn't supposed to play that game because I was hurt. I got hurt the day before practice, but it was a game that I know my team needed me to play as a linebacker, and I started running back, but I knew that game I needed to help my team win. So I had a calf injury, bad calf injury, could barely move. But I said I was gonna play because like I'm not just gonna if I know my ability, I know I can keep going. Um, so I played and I helped my team win that game, and it was like it was one of my favorite funnest moments in middle school football. Like it was fun because we beat them bad too, so that was a rivalry game for us, and I'll never forget it.
Okay, okay. And when you look at the moment that you were able to compete at a high level at a young age, how much more motivation, encouraging motivation did that give you as well?
Wait, can you say that again?
When you saw that you were able to play at a high level even while being
Yes, sir.
injured, how much more motivation did that give you to say, "Oh yeah, I can be really good at this"?
It gave me a lot of motivation because it showed that I didn't give up even when I could have. And like other players, I know some other players they'll probably like give up and not want to play, but me like I never want to take a rep off. Like no matter what, like I could be having ankle problems, anything. I don't want to miss nothing.
Right.
So it gave me a lot of motivation to keep going and not giving up, even when it could cost me a lot. But at the same, my team need me. So
Facts, facts. That's when you're motivated by your own desire.
yes, sir.
Another thing I like to know is at a young age we all have football heroes that we looked up to. I did it. You know, I was a big fan of Lynn Swan back in the days.
Yeah,
Uh, Dude just could catch the ball. You
yeah.
know, a lot of great dudes that have been on the football field. Who are some of the people that you looked up to in your early years of football that kind of encouraged you to work on your craft?
Bo Jackson. Growing up, I loved watching Bo Jackson. Like he was just downhill type of running back. The style I like. Like I don't like all that, playing around. He just ran like straight downhill. He liked contact, so that's like me. So I love contact. So I watched him a lot growing up. I'll go home after practice or anything, and just like look up his YouTube videos, anything they had of him, just keep watching them. He's one of them. After that was Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette. I loved how his style of run was. It resembled as like Bo Jackson too. So I
Yeah,
love guys like that, like just running downhill.
he was beast mode
Yeah,
in high school at St. Aug and at
yeah.
LSU. All right, let me give you a teaser real quick. Can I give you a teaser real quick? Who you
Yes,
picking?
sir.
Leonard Fournette, Sion Palele in high school.
I gotta go with Sion Palele. Lie. Hey, Boo was
uh,
different. Boo was
uh,
different.
Boo is definitely different. If I tell people all the time, man, if he had the offensive line that Fournette had at St. Aug,
Mm-hmm.
they probably would be in different places right now. And no disrespect to
Oh
the
yeah. Oh
offensive
yeah,
line
for sure.
that Sion
Yeah.
had at East Ascension, but that
Uh huh.
St. Aug line was just they were good. They
Yeah.
were good,
Yeah.
and
They
they
were very
loved
good.
to see Fournette, hit the gap and then bust to the outside. Like that
Yep.
was his,
Yeah.
you know. So you're in high school now.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you start your high school athletic career?
East Ascension High School in Gonzales.
How was that for you?
Honestly, growing up, like going into high school, I didn't really want to go to EA, but my
Okay,
parents, know my mom went, so I went to like go to the same alma mater that she went to, and it was good. So in some cases it wasn't for me because I grew up in a private school.
right.
So I mean, East Ascension is good. It's not good for everybody, but um, it was an experience. Like it was an experience that I needed, and it was also an experience that I like. At one point I didn't want to be a part of. So I mean, it was regular to me. It showed me a lot. It made me grow as a person, and especially a lot as an athlete. But coaching wise, they have some good coaches there,
No
so
doubt,
it was
no doubt.
good.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that, man. You decide to make a change. Where do you end up at?
I ended up at Parkview Baptist in February of 2022. Parkview Baptist High School in Baton Rouge.
Right. How was that? How was that experience for you?
It
What?
was a lifetime.
No,
Like
wrong question. Wrong question. I'm sorry. Let me stop you. Wrong question. How easy was it, or how difficult was it for you to acclimate, and that means make the change um, from public going back to private school after being in public school?
it was easy for me, like by myself. But I mean, I still had stuff stopping me, trying to stop me, like stuff from my old school, like just like basically trying to turn me into the state for transferring. But it was like that. Yeah, it was bad. Like it was hard. It was hard. But if you're talking about just like for me personally, it was easy for me. Like I loved it. Like that's the best decision I made. So I loved it. It was good. It was a lifetime experience. Like
You definitely you definitely have from the highlights that I get to see. I've been following you for a while
yeah,
now. Like you've definitely been having a lot of fun.
yeah, yes, sir. I have football.
Man,
Football has taught me a lot.
Parkview get to a new football coach a couple of years ago. You come in during that change. How was the adjustment of getting a new coach and getting a new coach?
It was good. I mean, um, it wasn't really rough or nothing, but it was two different type of coaching points. Coaching like it was very different from the coaching. So, but I love it. Like the coaching I'm at now is I love it. It's like it's nothing. It's just not all about football. It's about being a family and teach you how to be a man and not just all about football. Like man out of football. So it teach me how to grow as a person and everything. So it was a good change.
So you may not believe this, but today, earlier today, it probably was around um, 11:30. Um, a college coach calls me and he says, "Man, have you did the interview with the 2-row kid?" I said, "No, it's this evening." He says, "Man, I really like that kid, but I don't think he's a running back. I think he's a linebacker. I think he's an inside linebacker." uh, coach asks you to play a different position, what would that be like for you?
I'm an athlete. I'm just not a running back. So put me where you need to be. Well, you need me to be. I don't. That's not my main focus. Like at one point it was. Like at one point, I mean, growing up before the last year, when the coach wanted to put me at linebacker, I mean, I didn't want to go there. But now I'm trying to just help the team. So I don't really got a problem with it. I love football. Football, I'll play anything.
except,
Hey, put me on the line. You asked me to go on the line, I'll go on the line.
except for water boy, huh?
Oh yeah. Hey, I ain't trying to play that. Uh-uh.
Nah,
Uh-uh.
I don't think anyone who's seen your skill set would ask you to come play water boy. But no, that is a true story. A college coach called me this morning and asked about you, and he was like real life serious. He said that you probably would really destroy stuff on the defensive side of the ball because you like being physical, because you
Yeah.
bring that aggressive aggression. Uh, so I just want to tell you right now, don't allow yourself to be limited to one focal point.
Oh yes, sir.
This past season, and I hope I'm not incorrect because I don't like being incorrect. You guys go 10-2,
10-3. 10-3.
10-3.
Yes, sir.
Uh, let me finish my homework lesson. Donham, Catholic New Iberia, Bruley, Madison Prep, Glen Oaks, Collegiate Baton Rouge, Broadmoor, Mentorship, Port Allen, University, Holy Savior Menor, North Caddo, and St. Charles Catholic. Seems right.
Yes, sir.
Uh, can we talk about a few games?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to start with Dunham because Dunham and Parkview has always been a nice little rivalry, great competition. What was that game like for you?
Well, crazy thing about it is I wasn't even eligible that game. Like I didn't even get to play. So I
Okay.
came in. Um, I got the call that I was eligible probably two days after, 2 days or 3 days after the game. I got the call that I was eligible, but I really wanted to play that game. It was so bad that we were late. We were late to the game a little bit because we tried to say I was gonna be eligible, but it didn't happen. But I mean, everything happens for a reason, so it's not a biggie. I get to play him this year, week one, home, so I'm ready for
Right.
that.
So your first game was Catholic New Iberia. You guys get a 21-7 win. What was
Yes,
that
sir.
game like for you?
It was actually fun. It was my first varsity game starting. Um, at first I had chills going in, but after that first hit I made, after that first run over I made, I loved it. Like I grew a lot ever since then, but I did good. It was fun. It was fun cheering with my brothers because it was my first game with all those guys. I never played with them before, so it was fun.
You guys go on a 3-0 run to start the season. Then you take on Juggernaut Madison Prep, a 26-7 loss. What'd you learn about yourself in that loss?
I learned that a lot of talking was going on in that game, and I learned that I'm not that easy to get off my game. That's what I learned by myself. Like it's not easy for me to get off my game. And also, I learned that you got to play as a team to win. Like you can't really just be by yourself. Even if it takes like even if that one person's still on, you got to get everybody going. Like, um, it was really crazy because the first, I think, first, second, and third quarter, it was 1 point, like one score game, or it wasn't a score game at all. It was something like that, one score game. And then fourth quarter came and Master Prep just start, hammering. They didn't give up, and that's what we need. We needed to work on a lot. Like a lot of our games that we lost this season, it was from not finishing the fourth quarter. So
Right.
it taught me a lot, and it's gonna be a fun season this year to see the change.
Man, you guys go on, big win over Glen Oaks, big win over Collegiate Baton
Yeah.
Rouge, big win over Broadmoor, big win over Mentorship Academy, big win over Port Allen. Then you guys get to really and that was probably 2018, the one of the best high school football games I've ever seen in any of the states I've ever been in. Parkview University,
Versus,
uh, really big game. I'm talking about no matter where it's set, it's always jam packed. What do you
yeah.
remember about the game?
I remember going into that game, everybody talking. It was a big week that week. Um, I didn't realize how big I mean, I always knew the rivalry was big, but I've never seen a rivalry that big until the week of when, like, they had some players from U High text me talking to us, and that's when I knew it was like, oh, this not no play around. Like, yeah, this war. So, I learned a lot from that, and then also going into the game, it was a lot of we was go get destroyed and stuff first quarter, first half, and it wasn't like that. So I mean, like I said, for that master prep game, I learned the same stuff for that game too.
Yeah. So when you get the text message saying we coming at your neck, what was your first thought and reaction?
Honestly, I was like, I heard that a lot of times, bro, and I just left them open. I was like, I heard that a lot of times. So you like, I'm not these. I like back in my head, I'm like, I'm not these Parkview boys. Like, that don't bother me. So I don't really care. I don't really care. So I'm just here to play football. Like
So you want like, man, how you get my number? Don't be texting me, fool.
I wasn't
None
even
of
worried about it. I wasn't even worried about it. It
I'm
was funny to me. It was funny.
man. Uh, first playoff game as a starting running back. Uh, what kind of energy, emotion, what kind of feelings were going through your mind? A situation you've never been in. As the guy that has to set the tone early, what was your mindset?
Went into game like I can't let this be my senior's last game. Like those guys taught me a lot and it made me grow as a player a lot. Like um they were like really big brothers to me. I ain't never like it's something that I never had for real. Like on the football field, so I looked up to them a lot, and I didn't want that to be the last game playing with them. So I went in and it's like I played it like it was my last. Like I played it like it was just my senior year. I can't go nowhere, so I played like my last, and that's the mentality I had.
Man, it is never easy losing ever. I'm a big fan
Mm,
of not losing,
yeah.
but it happens sometimes. Uh, Off season comes. Coach says, "Hey, I'm gonna give you guys a month off. I'm gonna give you guys a month and a half off to just rest, recover, regroup." Uh, February comes. What's your mentality when February hit?
February is just that's like because everything started moving fast. Like January flew by, so I knew it was my like senior season almost here, and also it was a recruiting period. So I mean, it was just a lot I was doing. I was trying to get seen a lot, like seen about coaches a lot. Like during the season, I was getting seen, but I know the off season is like when you really get seen. So just working, and stuff like that, getting ready for my senior season in spring.
A more serious tone and texture now that you're in high school, based on how you felt about football as a 7, 8, 9, 10 year old. The maturity level changes in the way you approach a game, in the way you approach skill development, in the way you approach IQ. What's your reason? What's your why for playing football?
Reason is my wise my mama. Like and my sister and my niece. So that's my love. So football. My mom gave me, like,
Okay. For some of y'all that probably didn't or couldn't get that, he said his mom was his reason why. His mom has to work a lot. He wants to be able to help his sister as well. And those are all honorable, admirable reasons. Uh, we're in the off season right now. What are some of the things that you've been
I'm back.
doing in preparation? Oh, it's okay. What are some of the things that you've been doing in preparation for the upcoming senior season? You got to get through the spring first, which means the summer first, which means 7v7. Really good backfield backs are dual type backs. They can catch the ball out of the backfield. They can come up and make that last moment solid block to give the quarterback that extra second that he needs to finish the throw. And they're also not afraid to run the ball downhill. What have you been preparing to be better at that in your senior season?
Really just I work on a lot of blocking schemes, like, because at the same time I just can't always run. So I gotta protect my quarterback. Like, that's really the most important person. So really just working on just blocking shit and all that. And also I've been in the weight room a lot since last season. Last season I was 185 going into the season. And let's see, a few weeks ago got up to 210, and I had lost a few pounds to get ready for the spring, so it's been good. I've just been putting on weight, putting on just straight speed, getting my speed right and everything, and like I said, blocking stuff just like that.
What do you have to do to accomplish the individual goals you set, but also at the same time make sure that those goals are intertwining with the team goals so that you guys can have the successful season that you're looking to have this upcoming season?
Really trusting in God, like just making sure like he got everything. He know what's gonna happen before I know, so just trusting in him and just keep going.
Right, right. I agree with that 100%, man. 100%.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, great job, great job. Thanks for coming on and being a part of Prep News. Hopefully, we can have you back as the as the season progresses. Maybe
Yes, sir.
hopefully to come back after June when 7v7 is over and see how your mindset has changed and how you and your brothers have done on the gridiron.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, man. Anything that I can do to help with your exposure, you have unlimited access to Prep News. You have my contact info. I'm a phone call away always.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
who you want to shout out to, man?
Shout out my mom for always being there for me. Shout out my grandma for always having my back. Shout out my dad for being there when I need him. And also shout out to my head coach, Stefan LaForce, because he really helps me a lot, like a lot. So shout out
That's
to Parkview
what's
Baptist.
up, man. Hey, man, tell your grandmother I said hi, man. She is a beautiful spirit. Uh, tell your granddad I said hi. Grandparents are forever.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
and so, man, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Remember, get off the bench, get into
Yeah,
the
yes, sir.